Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. On behalf of SEAMEO Regional Centre for Special Educational Needs, SEAMEO SEN, I would like to welcome all of you to our webinar Innovate to Elevate 2.0, Maximizing Impact and Strategies for Your Innovations. Welcome to all participants who live stream our webinar today through SEAMEO SEN Facebook and YouTube. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mizanina, Program Officer from the Research and Innovation Division, and I will be the MC for today's webinar. Ladies and gentlemen, for your information, previously SEAMEO SEN had successfully conducted a comprehensive online bootcamp, which comprised 3 series in 2022. This bootcamp has guided participants through the entire process, starting from ideation to the actual creation of innovations in disability inclusive education. The purpose of this initiative is to equip potential innovators for participating in our first Innovation for Disability Inclusive Education competition, IDEC, in 2023. Due to the great support we received in previous webinar, this year SEAMEO SEN would like to empower more teachers in innovation capacity through this webinar Innovate to Elevate 2.0. And later on, we'll be able to be part of our upcoming second Innovation for Disability Inclusive Education competition in 2025 next year. For your information, today's webinar is designed to raise awareness among inclusive and special education teachers regarding the existence and potential benefits of innovative products in special education. Additionally, it also aims to empower and prepare teachers to advocate for these innovative products and also encourage active participation in innovation competitions, particularly in IDEC. Ladies and gentlemen, SEAMEO SEN also would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to the Ministries of Education in Southeast Asia countries for their unwavering support to this webinar. Without further ado, allow me to invite Madam Zamila Kade, Director of SEAMEO SEN, to deliver the opening remarks. Please welcome Madam Zamila.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day. Welcome esteemed guests and participants to this groundbreaking webinar where innovation takes center stage in the realm of education. It is an honor to have Madam Dayang Hironi Awang Kipli, Head of Department of E-Learning Development Department, Institute Aminuddin Baki, Sarawak Branch, Ministry of Education, Madam Norin Chan Pamin, Director of MyIPO, Sarawak Branch, Special Education Teacher, Mr. Stephanus Lucas from Sekolah Kebangsaan Pendidikan Khas Tuaran Sabah, alongside our dedicated and diverse range of participants from across SEAMEO member countries. Ladies and gentlemen, today as we convene, let us first express our gratitude to Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala for blessing us with this momentous occasion of collaboration and knowledge exchange. We gather with a shared vision to revolutionize educational practices for learners with special needs, propelled by our collective spirit of innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, I commend each participant for their unwavering dedication and active engagement in this venture, which is truly inspiring and reflects your profound dedication to advancing inclusive education. Additionally, I extend heartfelt appreciation to our esteemed speakers for their invaluable contributions, as your expertise and insights serve as the driving force behind this webinar. Your contributions enrich our understanding and equip us with the tools to effective positive change in our educational landscape. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on this journey of innovation in education, let us embrace the spirit of creativity and forward thinking. Today's webinar, ladies and gentlemen, provides us with the opportunity to explore innovative approaches, strategies, and technologies that have the potential to transform the way we educate and support learners with special needs. SEAMEO SEN, as a leading advocate for inclusive education in Southeast Asian region, is proud to host this webinar, bringing together with stakeholders from diverse backgrounds to collaborate and share innovative solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, furthermore, I am excited to announce that SEAMEO SEN will be hosting the second Innovation Disability Inclusive Education Competition, or better known as IDEC, in 2025. This upcoming event, scheduled for July 2025, will showcase groundbreaking initiatives aimed at promoting inclusive education. Building upon the success of the first IDEC in 2023, which saw the participation of 72 groups, followed by the selection of 16 finalists to present their innovative projects. Ultimately, 4 groups were awarded the prestigious Best Innovation Award with 8 golds and 8 silver awards distributed. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, to continue this momentum, registration for the upcoming second Innovation Disability Inclusive Education Competition IDEC 2025 will commence in July 2024. It is open to all educators, NGOs, and as well as students from various educational institutions such as schools, colleges, polytechnics, and universities. Ladies and gentlemen, I am confident that through our collective efforts and shared commitment to innovation, we we will pave the way for a brighter and more inclusive future in education. In closing, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you for your participation and contributions to this webinar. Your presence and engagement are invaluable, and I look forward to the insightful discussions and collaborations that lie ahead. Together, let us continue to innovate, inspire, and empower as we strive towards a more inclusive and equitable educational system for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Jamila, for the inspiring remarks. I believe all of you now are looking forward to our second IDEC in 2025. Before we start, let's watch the highlights video of our first innovation for Disability Inclusive Education Competition IDEC that has been held concurrently with the 5th International Conference on Special Education ICSE in 2023. Moving on with the webinar agenda, we are truly honored to have all of the three speakers here with us, whom the moderator will further introduce later. But in a nutshell, the session will start with our first speaker, Madam Dayang Hironi Awan Kipli, Head of E-Learning Development Department from Institute Amiduddin Baki Sarawak Branch, followed by our second speaker, Madam Nur Intan Pamin, Director of My IPO Sarawak Branch, and our third speaker, Mr. Stephanus Lucas, Special Education Teacher from Special Education School, Sekolah Kebangsaan Pendidikan Khas Tuaran Sabah, and not to forget our sign language interpreter, Ms. Tan Libby, who will be with us throughout the whole webinar. Before we start, allow me to move on to the webinar briefing. As this briefing is highly significant for all participants, kindly pay close attention to it. First, to the participants who have not been registered, kindly complete your registration through sis.seameosen.edu.my. Please ensure your name, organization or institution and email address are correct. Please be reminded that the link to the evaluation form will be shared at the end of the webinar in the chat box. Therefore, please stay tuned with us until the end of the webinar. All participants may ask questions by typing in the chat box. However, the moderator will only choose a few questions due to the time limitations. In your question, please state your name, your organization, and followed by your question. The certificate of participation will only be generated through SEA's website after the completion of evaluation form. And if you need further assistance, kindly email us at innovation@seameosen.edu.my. Now, I would like to welcome our moderator to take over to this session, Mr. Faris Idham, Program Officer from Research and Innovation Division, SEAMEO SEN. Mr. Faris, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you, Nina, for chair this webinar. All right, so good morning, everyone. So my name is Faris, and I will be your moderator for today's webinar. And I hope you are all feeling fantastic today. And we are all here feel very exciting session filled with insights and inspirations. And as mentioned by our MC, the previous webinar on Innovate to Innovate was held virtually in last 2022, and we dove into the heart of innovation in disability inclusive education. We defined and explored the concept, sharing valuable perspective with educators, advocates, parents, and communities, and it was truly a success. And moving on to the next part, I am really thrilled to announce our first speaker, the dynamic Madam Dayang Hironi Awan Kipli, who will talk about the innovative leader. But before we start, let me share a bit about her. All right, so Madam Dayang Hironi is a head of department in the e-learning development department at Aminuddin Baki Institute, Sarawak branch. Her passion is in STEM education management in school development in Malaysia School in IAB perspective. And she deeply and actively in producing and creating new ideas in innovation. She has been proactive and creative in producing innovation since 2019 until now. She also won the first place in developing audit management system during the creative and innovative competition among IAB throughout Malaysia in 2023 and getting her trademark from the Intellectual Property Corporation of Malaysia, also called MyIPO, on 28 June 2023. And she was also appointed as a part-time educator at the University of Malaysia Pahang, lead auditor, coach for school headmasters and principals, person in charge for IAB website, instructional designer in producing modules for e-learning materials, and also involved in School Transformational 25 as an elite partner. And now, please allow me to invite Madam Dayang, Head of Department E-Learning Development Department from Aminuddin Baki Institute Sarawak, to the floor. Please welcome Madam Dayang.
Okay, thank you to my dearest moderator, Mr. Faris Idham. Okay, I will start my talk to now. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and happy blessed Saturday. I'm Dayang Hironi from Institute Aminuddin Baki, Sarawak branch. We are so excited to have you all here to participate in our webinar, Innovate to Elevate 2.0, maximizing impact and strategies for your innovations. I hope that today inspires ideas around the ways that we can make our innovation to be the best in our team. Why innovative leaders? Okay, before we move on, the next slide, I gratefully would like to share here to the photo of Professor Mary Curie. Well, who and why I show here her photo? Honestly, this is because she was the first female Nobel laureate in 1903 in making X-rays one of the greatest advances in medicine during World War I. Okay, the next slide. Okay, now let us take a look at it. Have you ever shared ideas with your boss or manager? That is the question. So, leaders are responsible for encouraging growth within the workplace, promoting a healthy office culture, and ensuring efficient, productive, and profitable operations. It's common for people to have conversation with a boss or superior. If you have a meeting with your boss upcoming or you want to find out how to talk about your future goals, you must know the right ways to communicate with people in leadership. So, what are common reasons to talk with your boss? Here are 3 examples that I will share to you. Number 1, you want to be considered for an upcoming promotion. So, how are you going to approach your boss? Okay, second example, you need clarity on the expectations for your job and role. So, how are you going to describe what you want to achieve, your goal in your career? And the third one, you need new equipment or updated access to complete your work. Well, how you want to get the best facilities for your job purposes. Okay, so that is about have you ever shared an idea with your boss? All right, food for thought. Okay, so based on the slides here, who is Steve Jobs and what is he famous for? Steve Paul Jobs was a charismatic pioneer of the personal computer era. With Steve Wozniak, Jobs founded Apple Incorporation in 1976 and transformed the company into a world leader in telecommunications. Widely considered a visionary and genius, he oversaw the launch of such revolutionary products as the iPod and the iPhones. And what about Steve Wozniak? Well, Wozniak designed Apple's first product, the Apple I and II computers, and he helped design the Macintosh because he wanted to use them and they didn't exist. Between Woz and Jobs, Woz was the co-founder, the inventor, while Steve Jobs, right? Okay, was the innovator and act as marketing person. Okay, that is about Steve Jobs and Wozniak. What is innovative leader? There is a dispute between creative and innovation, as both are important for an organization to last longer. The existence of both can lead to success. After a huge discussion, let's know about how can we creative by asking questions, drawing conclusion, experimenting and exploring new ideas, and widening the areas of thinking. For being innovative, a person must have the ability to take risks, experimenting, asking questions, and observing things. Now, you might wonder that both the things are somewhat related to each other. Creativity versus innovation. Is there any difference between creativity and innovation? So, change is the basic laws that governs the entire nature. In this fast-paced world, technology is changing rapidly. For instance, nobody can assure you that the world is going to be the same 5 years later, as everything changes with the blink of an eye. So, if one wants to go along with the world, then the only requirement is to be creative and innovative. Therefore, creativity is related to imagination, while innovation is related to implementation. Basic comparison between creativity and innovation. All right, so here you can see from the table here, the comparison. All right, now let us take a look at the table. According to the table shown, creativity is the characteristic of a person to generate new ideas, alternative solutions and possibilities in a unique and different way. It is the ability to conceive something unpredictable, original, and unique. It must be expressive, exciting, and imaginative. It is the mirror of how beautifully a person can think in any given circumstance. It is not genetic, but can be developed if someone keeps on learning and comprehending things with a rare and exclusive perception. Creativity is a brainstorming and mind blogging activity in which a person has to think beyond his imagination for bringing something worthwhile. It is activity of unveiling something which was previously hidden. Innovation is an act of application of new ideas to which create some value for the business organization, government, and society as well. Better and smarter way of doing anything is innovation. It could be introduction, for example, new technology, new product lines or segment, new methods or production, or an improvement in the existing product. Nevertheless, innovation is closely tied to creativity. For instance, putting creative ideas into action is an innovation whose consequences should be positive. It is the process of doing something better for the first time, which was not previously done by any entity. It can also be termed as a change which can bring a new edge to the performance and productivity of the organization. It is of two types, that is, evolutionary and revolutionary. What are the key differences between creative and innovative? In this table, we can summarize and conclude that following are the major differences between creativity and innovation. Number one, the quality thinking, new ideas and putting them into reality is creativity. The act of executing creative ideas into practice is innovation. Number two, creativity is an imaginative process as opposed to innovation is a productive process. Number three, creativity can never be measured, but innovation can be measured. Number four, creativity is related to the generation of ideas which are new and unique. Conversely, innovation is related to introduce something better into the market. Number five, creativity does not require money. On the other hand, innovation requires money. And number six, there is no risk involved in creativity, whereas the risk is always attached to innovation. Why innovation? Okay. An innovative company or organization is one that can bring change to the world rather than following trends or ideas from other industry. A business becomes innovative when it tackles new issues from different angles, even from unlikely places. Innovation can be created through collaboration between people with different perspectives. That means the more diverse your workforce, the more innovative your organization or company will be. Innovation also requires a change of perspective and departure from the status quo. What are the 8 steps to be innovative leaders? Now, we will go more deeper to ensure that we can read and digest from this topic. Okay. You can thank programming pioneer Grace Mary Murray Hopper every time you type via keyboard on your computer. When all computer programs were written in numerical code. The mathematician and US Navy reserve officer started her career. It was Hopper's idea that programming would be better if people could code in their own language. She invented the first compiler in 1952, teaching computers to talk. Her colleague didn't realize she had succeeded for a long time. Nobody believed that. They told me computers could only do arithmetic. Later, she co-invented COBOL, the first universal programming language. I took particular pride in teaching during Hopper's long career with the Navy, during which she got the rank of Rear Admiral by special presidential appointment and was nicknamed Amazing Grace, during which she achieved the rank of Rear Admiral by special presidential appointment. Training young people is her most important accomplishment other than building the compiler, she said. I keep track of them as they grow and stir them up every now and then so they don't forget to take chances. So that is how keyboard was created. Okay? Sounds interesting, right? Okay. Now we will go through the 8 steps to be an innovative leader. Number 1, promote creative and risk-taking. You have to be leader that inspires innovation, curiosity, and creativity in those around you. To do this, create a culture of risk-taking where employees feel comfortable trying new things without fear of failure or ridicule from others. Number 2, encourage creativity through open communication. In order for employees to feel inspired to be innovative, they need trust from you as a leader. Maintaining open lines of communication with your team is key to this. Employees should feel comfortable speaking up and asking questions during meetings or one-on-one conversation. Be open to criticism and constructive feedback as well. It's the only way to grow. Step number 3, practice active learning. As an innovative leaders, you should communicate with sincerity and authenticity to inspire trust in your team members. You want your team to feel like you appreciate the input they give you and that their ideas are valued. To accomplish this, practice active listening by making time for one-on-one meeting with your team to understand what they are working on and how things are going. You also want to encourage them to be open about any frustration or concern they might have, because that's where you can step in to provide guidance and feedbacks. Step number 4, give credit where it's due. The best leaders are ones that look for opportunities to give teammates the credit they deserve when an innovative solution is discovered or implemented. Also, in order to foster trust and open communication in your team, be transparent in your decision-making process. Let your employees know how you came up with your ideas and how you will be implementing them. Step number 5, create an atmosphere of trust. Building trust with your employees is crucial to being a successful innovative leader. You have to create an environment where people feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, concerns, and ideas without fear of rejection by others on the team. Remember this. That means you need to be open-minded about what your team members have to say and be willing to consider different perspectives. Step number 6, encourage risk-taking. The best way to foster innovation in the workplace is to encourage risk-taking. That doesn't mean you have to accept every harebrained scheme that your employees come up with, but you should be open to new ideas and willing to experiment with them. Try unusual ideas and see where they take your business. Don't be afraid to invest time and money into a new idea that might not work out as long as you have learned something from the experience. Step number 7, brainstorming to jumpstart creativity. To help your employees come up with creative solution for any problem or issue, brainstorming is the great place to start. Brainstorming alone can lead people towards innovative ideas and solutions in the workplace without creating an environment of competition between members of the team. You can do this by assembling a team of people from various departments and asking them to come up with ideas. Finally, number 8. Okay, step number 8, promote learning and creativity. Another great way to foster innovation is by providing opportunity for your employees to learn about new trends and technologies in the organization or industries, so they can stay ahead of the curve when it comes to design technology or any other aspect of their jobs. Well, that is the 8 steps to be an innovative leader that I can share with you. Next, 5 golden rules for innovative leaders. As we can see here, all right? So, rule number 1, provide intellectual challenges. Problem solving is more engaging when it is more challenging. Create a sense of urgency and difficulty to trigger ingenuity and overcome boredom. Set tasks to be collaborative to make the process more fun and energizing and enhance the diversity of the solution. Rule number 2, create an environment for inventiveness, contradicting how things have been. Contradicting how things have been done in the past automatically triggers new ways of thinking and acting. Encourage your employees to challenge assumptions without worrying that they will be punished for questioning the status quo or being intimidated by the fear of recrimination. In fact, reward team members for creative thinking no matter how it turns out. Okay? Make sure that we always reward our team. Rule number 3, create room for lifelong learning. Banking on current skills only leads to stagnation and repetition. Provide regular and ongoing opportunities for training and development to upskill constantly. Rule number 4, give new employees a sense of belonging by inviting them to share their ideas right away. Bringing new perspective into the organization will cultivate a creative culture. And finally, rule number 5, sorry. Okay, that is the last rule, all right? Okay. Okay, now we will move to the next part. Okay, it is about problem solving. Okay, what is problem solving approach? Okay, now we go further in this part. Creativity is not art. Creativity is often associated with art. However, the two are very different. Creativity is about problem solving. Creativity brings innovation. The greatest in technology and sciences have been creative geniuses. A good way to distinguish creativity from art is by using this test. Ask yourself, is there a problem to solve? To be creative, you need to have a problem to solve. To be artistic, you require no such thing. My point is, you don't need to be particularly inclined towards art and design to be creative. Creativity is not an external, uncontrollable force. We think that we need an external force to be more creative. We call it inspiration. What we really need, though, is internal motivation and training. Creativity can be learned if we train our minds to be more creative every day. Make being creative a habit. Start small, try being creative in the way you solve a small problem. Move on to bigger things with time. Okay? Creativity versus innovation. Generally, creativity refers to ability to combine ideas in unique way or to make unusual association between ideas, while innovation is useful products, services, or work methods resulting from the outcomes of the creative process. That is why, as an innovative leader, creativity and innovation need to come together and complement each other. No matter where and what position you hold as a great leader in your organization or company, the best example is between Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Why innovation? 5 ways to build innovation in your organization. The first one, leader encourage innovation. How? Okay, nearly a third of people surveyed from ineffective organizations selected leaders don't encourage innovation as one of their 3 main roadblocks compared to only 9% from effective organization. By definition, innovation is strange and different. And without the risk tolerance to experiment, prototype, and pilot new concept, leaders' actions speak louder than any hollow words of encouragement. Number 2, the culture fosters innovation. More than half of respondents from ineffective organizations selected culture that does not support innovation as an innovation roadblock. In contrast, only 11% of respondents from effective organizations thought that organizational culture was a roadblock to innovation in their organizations. Number 3, there's a formal innovation strategy. When asked whether the organization had a formal approach to innovation, 66% of respondents from effective organizations said yes, compared with 20% of respondents from ineffective organizations. Many of these ineffective organizations are relying on informal efforts. Number 4, there's money in the budget. Innovative organizations have funds dedicated to innovation. Of the people surveyed, 90% of respondents from effective organizations said their organization has an innovation budget, while only 58% of respondents from ineffective organizations said the same. Simply put, organizational innovation requires resources. Many organizations that are effective at innovation put in place innovation venture capital funds to build and run experiments that determine the viability of concept. Okay, number 5, leaders set the direction for innovation. Innovative organizations have a clear direction for innovation, while only 17% of respondents from effective organizations selected this issue. 39% of respondents from ineffective organizations selected no clear direction as a major roadblock. We have found that your role in innovation depends on where you sit in the organization and that the responsibilities for innovation vary by leader level. Whether you are an executive who leads the entire organization through innovation, a functional leader who is responsible for directing and promoting that innovation, or a manager who advocates for innovation, remember that innovation is a means to an end, not the end itself, and require constant facilitation. Innovation leadership. What about innovation leadership and how to become an innovative leader? How to become an innovative leader? Okay. And then, all right, so learning and innovation go hand in hand. The arrogance of success is to think that what you did yesterday will be sufficient for tomorrow. Quote from William Pollard. So, there are 12 key aspects of innovative leaders. Number one, innovative drive everything. Innovative leaders know that nothing can maximize top line revenue and bottom line profits better than using innovation to improve organizational effectiveness, efficiency, productivity, and quality in every operational activity, function, and process. Quick, decisive action focus. Speed, responsiveness, and agility are everything to innovative leaders who analyze situation, make decisions, and act on opportunities quickly. They find shortcuts to slash the red tape and bureaucracy that stifles efficiency and demotivates employees. Number three, culture immerse in progressive change. Innovative leaders build creative organizations and foster a strong, exciting, optimistic culture of ongoing, never-ending positive change and high level of innovation. They ensure that the organization continually learn, adapt, evolve, and improve. Their first objective is to deal with turbulent change impacting them in their industry and world, then become master of the change. They are change masters who might bring about a game-changing trend on breaking through, providing a tidal wave of revolutionary value for the benefit of many. Future obsessed. Okay, the future obsessed here. Managers are tasked with ensuring efficient, high-quality quest operation. They have to sustain consistently high standard of operating their department or division. That means they are in the maintain and control mode. Visionaries. Okay, number 5, the visionaries. Number 6, master of motivation and inspiration. Okay, now I want to highlight the 5th one here that is about visionaries just now. Okay, the most innovative leaders are the most visionary. They use their vivid imagination to see far ahead into their world of possibilities and opportunities. They envision paths leading to breakthrough products, new technologies and services, and business models that can create new industries or dominate current ones. Walt Disney was such a brilliant, multi-talented optimistic. Steve Jobs of Apple is another visionary who never used focus group but instead developed products and services with understanding that if you build it, they will buy it because customer need is even though they may not realize it just yet. Elon Musk is a reigning world-leading visionary who sees far, far into the future with these Tesla vehicles, SpaceX rockets, and Hyperloop. These exceptional leaders see farther into a future than others, a future filled with seemingly unlimited opportunities. They study likely tomorrow trends, shifting customer requirement and evolving demographic. They love technological and scientific advance. They wake up every day thinking about the promises of exciting awaiting tomorrow. Okay? So for the race, I think you may follow it, okay, from the slide here. Strategies, skills, and strategies, skills, and key success. Okay. Innovative leadership inspires and encourages creative thinking and effort to increase the company's innovation. Performance innovative leaders must have certain qualities defining creativity to effective implement innovative leadership. Key innovative leadership skills and innovative leadership strategies. And finally, the last one is innovative leadership strategies. Innovative leadership develop when executive leaders allow creativity and innovation in the organization. Leaders must be tolerant and open-minded to increase innovation. Along with this, there are other strategies leader can implement to promote an innovative and management style in the organization.
Sorry for interrupt, madam. You have 1 minute left to wrap up before the Q&A session.
All right. Okay, thank you. All right. As a conclusion, every organization needs more innovative. Okay? More innovative. Well, to wrap up and end up my sharing with you today, I would like to conclude innovative leadership and innovative leader in the leader itself is the highest form of leading in any business, government, military, or other organization because of the huge contribution that style of leadership makes in the life of all stakeholders, employees, customers, suppliers, partners, and the greater community at large. Innovative leaders take the organization to far away, exciting and adventurous destination that originally started as a grand vision and stirring dream of what might be. They are all about progress, action, and big, impressive result. So, are you growing as an innovative leader? Well, think about it. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Madam Dayang, for your great presentation, I think. And I am attracted to one of your slides. It is regarding the how to foster the organization, and there are 5 ways. And one of it is in order to foster the innovation, so the organization or the individual have to the budget, have to have the money lah, have to have money to foster the innovation. So there is one question that reflect to your slides. So the question is there any solution for educational leaders that are looking to foster innovation in resource-constrained environments. So, for examples like the educational leaders or the individuals have budgets and resources constrained, and they have a limit resources and budget. So, do you have any advice or any solutions for that problem? Madam, you are muted.
Okay,
Right.
sorry. Did I share my slide now?
No.
Okay. All right. So fostering innovation with limited resources can be challenging, but it's certainly possible. Okay, so here are some strategies you might consider. Well,
Madam, can you reshare the screen? All right. Okay.
we share the screen, right? Okay. Mm, okay. I think it's about this part, right? Mm, is it this one just now?
So perhaps the individuals or the leader, so they are creative, but they also have their own innovative idea on how to implement in their organization. So instead of just having like a new technology, something like that, so is there any of perhaps like a small innovation that the organization can make, just that is not involve much money?
Okay. Okay. Let me answer the question. Okay. All right. Optimize your project portfolio management. This is one of it. So organization often add many innovation projects to their portfolio but struggle to eliminate project due to fear of making wrong decision. This can result in resource bottleneck. Successful companies or organizations focus on the quality of the project portfolio by making strategic trade-off and focusing their effort. They use a portfolio scoring model to make the prioritization process more objective and consistent. Well, so embrace disruption. Here we consider about disruptive innovation is a process by which a smaller company with a few resources is able to successfully challenge well-established organization. Being open to creative and willing to innovate upon existing process is critical to adapting to a, to to the ever-changing demands of the market. So, to cultivate a positive attitude about failure, innovative involve experimenting, and in experimenting, there is no guarantee of success on the first try. Help your team see failure as an opportunity for learning. All right. So limited resources do not mean you cannot innovate. Instead of trying to do everything or such or too much at once, focus sequentially on those things that have the highest impact. That way, you can make progress and make a difference. Okay, that is the answer for me.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Madam Dayang, for your answer for the Q&A session. So, to all the innovative leaders, so perhaps that's the initiative that you can take to start small for your innovations in your organizations. All right. So, thank you again, Madam Dayang. Okay. So, we are about to proceed with the next session with our second speaker, Madam Nur Intan Pamen, that will be represent the Intellectual Property Corporation of Malaysia, My IPO Sarawak, and she will bring a wealth of knowledge and expertise in the realm of intellectual property. And before that, I will share a bit about her. She currently serving as the branch director for Sarawak at the Internet the intellectual property of Malaysia since July 2022. And Madam Nur Intan has been an integral part of my IPO since 2008, and her extensive experience includes a significant role as a patent examiner in the Patent Science and Traditional Knowledge Division. And with over 12 years of experience in patent examination, she has conducted substantive examination of patent applications, both local and international, and received by my IPO. Her dedication and expertise are further demonstrated through training sessions with experts from prominent intellectual property offices worldwide, including the World Intellectual Property Office, European Patent Office, Japan Patent Office, IP Australia, Korea Patent Office, and many more. And now, without further ado, let's extend a warm virtual welcome to Madam Nur Intan Pamin. Please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. So I would like to share my slide first. Okay, so this is my slide. So I will go directly about intellectual property. So this is a few outline that I'll be talk today. So it'll be introduction of MIPO, definition of IP, the 6 component of IP that administered by the MIPO, and also a method of filing. Okay, so introduction of MIPO. So MIPO is a statutory body under Ministry of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living, or with a short form KPDN. Together with us with the SSM, Companies of Commission Malaysia, and also MYCC, Malaysia Competitive. Okay, so we are the agency under the KPDN. So this is our main objective. Mostly we are the established strong and effective administration of IP, together with promoting public awareness program on importance of IP, and furthermore, providing advisory services on IP. So this is the IP legislation and participation of treaties. So MIPO administrates 6 of IP component, which is trademark, patent, copyright, industrial design, geographical indications, and also layout design of Integrated Circuit Act. So we are the member of WIPO Intellectual Property Organization, which function to give the harmonization between the IP law between countries. As you know, IP is a territorial protection. So if you want to get a protection in Malaysia, so you have to file in Malaysia. If you want to get protection in Singapore, you need to apply in Singapore. Okay, whether it's locally or internationally, IP of protections. So I would like to share this a few of treaties that we are participates. The latest one will be the Marrakesh treaties. I think the Marrakesh treaty will be interesting part for you, for the participants, where the Marrakesh treaty is facilitate access to published works for persons are blind, visual impaired, and otherwise brain disabled. So with this treaty, it will be providing exemption for obtaining permission from copyright owners to make or distribute reading materials in accessible format copy for the visual impaired. Means that this treaty also grants exemption to copyright protection, including the requirement to pay royalties. And for your information, the Marrakesh Authorized Entity Order, so far, we have 4 authorized entity, means that these non-profit institutions are the one legally can produce the materials, the reading materials in accessible format copy for the visual impaired, which is the Malaysian Association for the Blind, the National Library of Malaysia, PERTIS, Persatuan Orang Cacat Penglihatan Islam Malaysia, and St. Nicholas Home. So is there any non-profit institution like to be the Marrakesh Authorized Entity Order? You can contact me or contact the Copyright Department of my HQ to learn more further information to be the Marrakesh Authorized Entity Order. So this is a bit information about our headquarters and branch offices. So our headquarters are situated at PJ Central, Selangor, while the 6th branch will be located in Pulau Pinang, in Pahang, Kuantan, Melaka, JB in Johor, Kota Kinabalu in Sabah, and also in Kuching in Sarawak. So usually for our branch officers, the main function is for collecting or receiving manual application and also doing awareness programs such as promoting and also marketing. So this is our organizing chart. What I like to inform is we are divided by two big sector. One sector which include the Sarawak office is more about management in terms of planning, business development, and marketing, promoting, and so on. While the other sector will be the technical and strategic sector, which is important doing the examination for the IP applications. Means that for any IP applications, we're going through formality and also substantive examination. Depends on which kind of IP it's been submitted. So this is a definition of the IP. So IP is the result of invention of one intellectual mind. So when we talk about IP, actually IP is all about the products of a human mind. Where when you look around right now, name of the things that you can see that are the product of human creativity. They're all content of IP, such as the music that you listen to, the technology that makes your phone works, the design of your favorite car, and also the logo of your shoes. So this is IP where they needs protecting. Means that because why does IP is matter? Because it helps our favorite designer, musician, artist, writer, filmmakers, inventors carry on creating the things and create that we enjoy. Without IP, those creators wouldn't be able to make a living from their work because anyone else could immediately copy wherever they created. So this is simple meaning of the IP. Okay, so IP are divided into three main huge component, which one is industrial property, copyright, and also sorry, another one. Okay, so another one will be common law. So industrial property is under patent, trademarks, geographical indication, industrial design, and also IC layout. Another one will be copyright, and another one will be common law. So common law is under trade secrets, unfair competition, misappropriation, doctrine, and passing off. Okay. So I will be more details about industrial property and together with copyright because this is the component that will be administered by the MIPO. But for common law, it's just for, because Malaysia, we don't have the law, specific law. So you're using the common law based on the law common. Okay, so the sixth component will be the geographical indications, industrial designs, trademarks, patent, copyright, and IC layout. So we'll go for the first IP component, which is trademark. Trademark is any sign capable for being represented graphically, which is capable for distinguishing goods and services of one undertaking and from the other undertaking. Means that if a person or a company or a place have a reputation for producing something valuable, then where the product comes, it is very important. So a trademark is a distinctive sign to identify a product or the company that made it. So trademarks may consist of colors, number, shape, sound, and even taste and smell, but most of are the words, pictures, and combination of words and pictures. Where you can see all the examples that are in the slide. Okay, I'll give another example. For example, Sony have created PlayStation computer game system that they trademark it as a PlayStation, as a names and the logo. So anyone who produce a computer game system and call it PlayStation without Sony permission will be a breaking the law. So it means that you need to protect the brand, as we call it, as a trademark. It is because in the market, there are a lot of same product or service are being marketed. So how to differentiate your product or services with other competitor means that, for example, here we have in the fast food industry, we have McDonald's, KFC, Pizza Hut, Burger King, and so on. So how do we want to differentiate our products and services compared with our competitive? So based on brand, this is the reason why we need to have a brand, because the brand being functioned as a choice, quality, and marketing value. For the same reason also, in terms of economics, recognized trademark is a valuable asset. So trademarks may be licensed or franchised. So this is a bit summary of trademarks. So trademarks for duration of registration will be a protection of 10 years, which is it can be renewable for a period every 10 years thereafter. So you need to renew for every 10 years. There are exceptions for non-registrable trademark, which means prohibited marks. Means that the use which is likely to confuse or deceive the public of contrary to law. For example, here, instant noodle. For Malaysian market, we have a brand or a trademark named Mi Sedap. So Sedap didn't get any protection of trademark because the word is very subjective. Not everyone will like the taste of Mi Sedap because it's a very subjective and individual taste. So that's why the trademark of Sedap we didn't give for protection of trademarks. Okay. For example, another one is scandalous and offensive matter. So if it contains or comprises any scandalous, offensive matter or would not otherwise to be entitled to protection in any court of law. For example, here, there's a brand of a sunflower oil named Al-Tahi. It's been registered in Arab region, but it's not registered in Malaysia because the word Al-Tahi means offensive word. So this is the reason why IP or trademark is a territorial protection. Even though you get protected in other country, if you enter to Malaysia, it will be considered whether is it scandalous or offensive matter. And the third one will be prejudicial of interest of security of the nation. Means that you cannot use the Malaysian's flag, any information regarding the kings and any emblem, and then hibiscus flower or any nationals representative that are very official for Malaysians. So for cost of filing for trademark will be 950 ringgit for 10 years protections. So the second one will be the geographical indication. It is same with trademark, but but it is connected with the reputation of the place of origin of country of territory or a region of locality. So for example, we have for Malaysians, we have Sarawak black pepper. Okay, so means that Sarawak black pepper have a recognized geographical indication. Means that only pepper that are planted in Sarawak can call Sarawak pepper. Even though the seed or the plant are bring to the Johor, for example, or in other place besides Sarawak, it cannot be called as Sarawak pepper. It only can be called as pepper only. Okay, so this is a sign to give recognition for local origins product to make sure it will be in terms of quality and preserving in terms of quality and the way how it's produced. So this example of the Sarawak GI, we have a 32 product has been registered under Sarawak GI from the year of 2003, and then the latest will be 2022. So Sarawak is one of the champions state in Malaysia to have most of the product as registered as GI. So for GI, it's limited to the person who can apply. It's different than trademark. Trademark, anyone, any person or company can apply for trademark. But for GI, it will be stated for a person who carrying the activity, the producer especially, and also any competent authority. Okay, for period of protection, it will be 10 years for renewable, same like a trademark. Okay, for total of filing will be 700 per application for 10 years protection. So the third IP will be patent. So this is a bit famous for among participants. So what I like to give information is a patent is an exclusive right that are given for an invention, which is a product or process that provide a new way of doing something or offer a new technical solution to a problem. A part of patent, we have a minor patent, what we call as a utility innovations, which is we also give exclusive right to the minor invention, which does not require to satisfy the taste of inventiveness as required of a patent. Okay, what's a patent or UI? So for patent, let me explain further. Sorry. For patent, there are 3 criteria, which is new in the world, which means that the invention has not been publicly disclosed in any form, anywhere in the world. Means anywhere in the world, either in a written, in social media, in internet, discover everything. So the invention must be new in the world. Okay, another one will be involve an inventive step. Means that the invention must not obvious to someone with knowledge and experience of the technological field of the invention. For example, here, we invent a drug for painkiller, as we know as a paracetamol, one of the drugs that we use for painkiller. Okay, so means of inventive step means that any persons that are experienced or knowledgeable in terms of doing or making the drugs of a painkiller would not be obvious in terms of making the paracetamol. So the second criteria is also important in patent. And the third one will be industrial applicable, means that it can be mass produced. So when we go back to the utility innovation, the utility innovation will skip the second criteria, which is involve an inventive step. So utility innovation just only cover the criteria new and also industrial applicables. Okay, so for a patent and utility innovation will be protected 20 years from the filing date. But for utility innovation, we give a term, 10 plus 5 and plus 5, but still maximum will be 20 years. This is because utility innovation usually they have a short terms of commercializations because of the minor invention. Okay, and the total cost of filing to MIPO will be 1,390 or 1,240 for utility innovations. But there's also an exception in terms of submitting patent application. This is the invention that are non-patentable, for example, discovery, scientific theories and mathematical methods, and also plant and animal varieties, schemes, rules, and method for doing business or perform purely mental act and playing games, and also method of treatment of human or animal body of surgery or therapy. Means that, for example, for application, software is not patentable unless it's together with the hardware. So it can be patented. So we'll go for the fourth IP. We call it industrial design. Different with patent and trademark just now. Trademark, we cover on brand. Patent, we cover on the invention of the product or process. While for industrial design, we cover on the outer look of a product, which means that the product must be ready. We just look all the overall appearance, not the function. Okay, we can see the example here. They are mostly about packaging, product packaging. Bicycles is still the same function, bicycle, to move from one place to one place. But the way it designed in terms of outer look is different than the normal bicycle. So this is we call as industrial design. Another example would be a car. We have a lot of design of a brand like BMW, Proton, Perodua. We have Honda, Toyota. So all the design of the car are protected under industrial design. So for industrial design, the protection will be, the maximum will be for 25 years, also in 5 terms, 5 years every term. And the filing for the fee for the application will be 700 ringgit. So the fifth one will be the layout design of an integrated circuit. So this is a 3D deposition of elements of integrated circuit and also interconnection of integrated circuits. So this is an electronic chip. So this is special. Beside of the 4 IP that I mentioned before, all needs to be applied to get protection. But for IC layout design, it's an automatic protection. Means that there's no registration need to be done to MIPO. Okay, but there's a qualification for protections. The owner must sure it's original and has been fixed into a material form. And the right holder of the layout design is a qualified person. So duration of protection will be 10 years from being commercialized or 15 years from the date of creation if not commercialized, exploited. So how we want to keep the protection is automatic. So means that the owner need to keep all the proof. Okay, need to keep the proof unless in case is there any third party are challenging of the originality of the IC layout design. So you have to keep it by your own, whether you keep in a safe deposit or you keep in a secure places. All the documents, either the designs, all the informations of the layout design. Okay, so we go to the last one of the IP component, which is copyright. So copyright is the exclusive right to control creative works created by the author, copyright author, owner, and performer for a specific governed under the Copyright Act 1987. Okay. So copyright only exists if there is sufficient effort to make the work original and the work has been reduced into material form. For example, written or recorded. Okay. Means that if an idea per se is not considered, will be protected under Copyright Act. So you need to transform it to the material form, either in written or in a recorded form. Okay, so there are categories for the work that are eligible for copyright, which is literary works. Means that, for example, here will be like books, novels, transcripts, encyclopedia, dictionaries, speeches, lectures, schedule, arrangements, or computer programming for source code and framework. Okay. While for artistic works, will be covered under graphic, photography, carving art, sculpture, collage, architectural works, model of the building, either 2D or 3D, artwork, painting, computer program in a graphic form. Okay, while for musical works will be covered under music notes or music arrangement, while films will be shown as a moving picture with photo and sound effects. In terms of computer program, will be video games or interactive, or VR or AR. While for sound recording, it will be shown as a being recorded on other materials and the sound embodied in any soundtrack associated with a film. Okay, while the broadcast will be transmitting or wire or wireless means for visual images. For example, here broadcast will be RTM, Media Prima, Astro, and so on. While for the last one, it will be derivative words, which cover the translation version, either, for example, from English to Malay or Chinese to Malay. Adaptation means that from books to films or films into the books. Arrangement means that in terms of song arrangement from old to new one, or any other transformation or collection of words and a collection of mere data. So for copyright, same with IC layout design, copyright is automatic protection. Okay, you don't need to submit it to MyPro in order to get protected. But MyPro come with a way to make a copyright voluntary notifications, which assist to providing prima facie evidence to ownership and evidence of that operation. Means that we help you to keep the record. For, like I said before, because of it's automatic, you need to keep your record by your own. But MyPro come out with a platform to give a copyright owner or copyright author a way to keep their works. So for doing the platform, will be charged minimum about 200 ringgit for online and 250 for manual applications. Okay. For duration of copyrights, for literary, musical, and artistic work will be subsist during the life of the author plus 50 years after the death. While for film, sound recording, and performers, subsist for 50 years from the work was published. And for the same with the broadcast, also the period of 50 years. Okay. Just to remember that for copyright, there is no examination. Once you submit to us, there will be no examination. We are prima facie to accept all the information are given to us, all the works are given, are original by the creator who submit the copyright. So means that if there another party or third party want to challenge the works that has been submitted to MyPro, you need to challenge in the court, and with the court authority, we will cancel the copyright that has been submitted to MyPro. Okay, it's different than the patent, trademark, GI, and industrial design. We will do the substantive examination, but for copyright, we only do the formality examination. Means that we just track in terms of the correct information, either the personal details and the way the works are submitted. So this is the summary of IP registrations for the 6 components that administered by MIPO. So there are different IP component, different of period of protections. And how they protect also different. And how to register, I mean the procedure also different. So hopefully today you understand the difference of the 6 IP that I mentioned today. So this is an example of a product can have more than one IP. It doesn't mean that one product only can have one IP. So for example, here Coca-Cola drinks. Okay, patent in terms of dairy compositions, copyright in terms of commercial advertising, industrial design, the bottle and the merchandise, the trademark, the name of the Coca-Cola, and trade secret, the recipe of the drinks. Okay, why the Coca-Cola do the trade secret for the recipe of the drinks? Why not patent? Okay, patent, like I tell you just now, patent have a limitation protection, maximum 20 years. So after 20 years, it will be public domains. Means that public will know all the information how to do the drinks of Coca-Cola. So because of that, the company choose to use trade secret rather than patent, because trade secret you won't disclose all the information how to make the Coca-Cola for the rest of the life of Coca-Cola. So they keep it themselves. I mean, it's secrecy. Besides patent is different things. When you apply patent, your submission will be published to the public. So public will know what the current invention, what the current innovation has been done by the inventor. But public do not have the right to do or to copy the invention within the period of patent protection 20 years. But after 20 years, you can use it or you can make the patent product. So when it comes to IP cycles, when you create, you need to protect. So when after the protection, then you can utilize it. Utilize means that you can do a commercialization on the product. So what is the advantages for the registration? When you get the registered IP, you have the exclusive right and also you have eligible for do commercializations. So for exclusive right, patent will giving you to prevent anyone from making, use, and selling patented invention. While copyright in terms of legal rights, economy rights, and moral rights. Legal rights means that the owner have the right to do commercialization. I mean selling in terms of contribution, doing copy, and then they have the right to do all the sort of things. For the economy rights means they can sell it. Okay, and for the moral rights, they have to make sure the originality of the copyright works are not being affected. For industrial design, it will be give exclusive right to manufacture, import, sell, rent, and use for trade or business purposes. Same with trademarks, we give the exclusive right to the use of trademark in questions, in business dealings and travel. So in terms of commercializations, the owner reserves the right to take legal actions against anyone who may use it without permissions. The certifications that being made by the MIPO is a legal proof. So in terms of violation of the rights, there are a few ways to take legal actions. They are divided by 2, which is criminal action and civil action. At the moment, for the criminal action only can be taken on trademark, copyright, and geographical indications. a complaint need to be made to KPDN by the enforcement department, because MYPO didn't have the enforcement. So any complaint need to be made through the KPDN. While for civil action, we'll go for all IP components. So you can take civil action. Civil action means that you can do in behalf of the owner, you can take action, either injunction or summons. Depends on what you think is it will giving effect of your IP protections. So there are two ways of filing to MYPO, whether it's manual or online. So manual, you can go over to Sarawak branch or other branch in Malaysia, or online you can do from your own place. So this is our website. So all the information that I given just now are there in the website. You can go through. And for this session, I just miss out the procedure how to apply, because I think the limitation of the time. So if you are interested to know how to do in terms of patent applications, trademark applications, or copyrights notifications, go through our website. And if you have any questions, or you can drop by email to us or call if you want. So that's all from me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Madam Nur Intan, for your explanation on the IP. And before we jump to the Q&A session, there's one clarification that I would like to ask. So is it same, right? The concept on applying the IP in the different region?
Like I said just now, it is a territorial protection. So it depends on the country itself, how the procedure may be different, but the basic is there.
Right.
For example, in terms of protection, we have the minimum protections, but the further information will based on what's compatible for the country.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. So there is one question from audience from YouTube. All right. So Madam Nur Intan, can you share some issue? Sorry, not this question. Can you share some issues regarding on teachers' innovation during registration process in quality of innovation product? Thank you.
The first one will be the most usually the problem is with the owner of the works. So the problem, it comes to whether it's owned by the individual or by the schools or by the any institutions. So it needs to be clear by the
purpose.
The purpose is one, but it needs to be clear by your organizations or your institutions. Who's the owner? Usually, in terms of ownership of employment and employee, it's clear. Any works that done by the employee, it's owned by the employer, the organizations, not the individuals. But if you have evidence that the works has been done outside, not within the time of your working time, it can be yours. But in terms of employee and employee agreement, you need to be clear first. But for student, for the sake of the students, it depends. Like usually we receive, student it's owned by themselves. But for 18 years above, if below, it will be right to the parents.
I see. right? Because I believe that in one, maybe in a school, right? So there is more a student crafted or a student created works. So for example, like they are doing like a demonstration video or something like that. So there's a need of IP, right, madam?
Yes, correct. So that's why I say you need to clarify the ownership first. Who's the owner? If the student is the owner, then you have to mention it's owned by the student with the list of the names. But if it's owned by the institution, you have to make it clear why it's owned by the institutions. Because we don't want later of the day when sometime case
The
become viral, become famous. Everyone wants to take part of it.
right. All right. Okay. So thank you so much, madam, for your enlightening the presentation and for being a beacon of knowledge in the realm of intellectual property. All right. So now, without further delay, let's move forward to our last speaker, Mr. Stephanus Lucas or Cikgu Steph from Special Educational School, Sekolah Kebahasaan Pendidikan Khas Tuaran Sabah. Mr. Stephanus is an innovative music education teacher committed to the principle of focus on ability, not disability. With extensive experience in teaching primary school students with special needs, including those who are visually impaired and have learning disabilities, he excels in creating engaging teaching methods. And through his recent innovation project, Suara Kami or Our Voices, he empowers students to express themselves confidently, emphasizing communication and performance skills. And please welcome Mr. Stephanus to share his incredible success story. Please welcome Cikgu Steph.
Thank you, moderator, Mr. Faris. Let me share my slide first. Okay. Okay. Yeah. First of all, I want to express my deepest appreciation to the organizer, Madam Jamila binti Kadir, the director of SEAMEO SEN. Thank you for giving me this opportunity and space to share my story. And hopefully, what I'm sharing today will give you some ideas, inspiration to innovate. And I would also like to thank the previous panels for their sharing, and that has benefited me personally. Thank you. Thank you, my previous panel. So let me start with a short introduction about me. Kopi Senangan Ngawi, and hello everyone. I'm very excited to be with you all today. And my name is Stephanus Lucas, and I'm from Sabah, Malaysia. And I've been taught music, especially in music, for nearly 7 years at the Tuaran National School for Special Education in Sabah, Malaysia. It's a government school, one of the government schools specific for students with special need that we have in Malaysia. So my experience include teaching students with visual impairment and those with learning disability. So currently I'm doing my master in education, in special education at University Kebangsaan Malaysia UKM. And my area expertise is more in music education for special education setting. So I have been created several education innovation tools that are inclusive and user-friendly for students with special needs. That's the most important when I'm creating something, when I'm innovating something. This thing must very important. It will be inclusive and user-friendly for students with special needs. Like the moderator mentioned just now, I believe in philosophy, focus on ability, not disability. Because everyone, including people with disability, can succeed if given the right opportunity. Recognizing their potential rather than just focusing on their disability or limitation. It's like seeing what they can do rather than what they cannot do. It's very important when we are dealing with people with disability to see what they can do rather than what they cannot do. So I enjoy sharing my success story. If you follow my media social, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, I share a lot of my success story of my student, particularly in music, on social media. But however, right now, lately, I'm busy doing with my master, and I'm not able to share much about my student because right now I'm on study leave. So, a fact about me. Let me share my slide. A fact about me. Before 2016, I never thought I'd be deeply involved in special education. I never imagined that I will know people with disability deeply. Before that, I just like other people. I don't know about them. I don't care about them. And I saw them as a different from others. But now it's totally different. In 2016, I was assigned or been posted to a special education school despite having no experience, zero knowledge in special education. Back in my teacher training college, we've been trained to teach and post in the public in the government school or not in special education school. But me, the lucky one, been posted to the special education school. At first, while I'm very excited to be a teacher, but deep down in my heart, I feel disappointed and sad about placement, about where I've been posted. I've been posted in Sekolah Pendidikan Atas because I doubting and I doubting the potential of people with special need, what they can do. I'm doubt that they can do like ordinary students. That's the my first impression when I've been posting in this special education school. But I'm thank to God because my student completely transformed my negative view of people with disability. The student changed me. The student changed the how I'm the how the view how I'm seeing the people with disability. They are not only made me a better person, but also made me a more creative teacher. So I'm also grateful, not to forget to mention to my big family, my colleague in Toran Special Education School. They are also very supportive and helped me a lot in my journey as a educator in special education. So like I mentioned just now, my students are my greatest inspiration. They know there are times me, a very strict teacher, I'm in class, sometimes I can be not sometimes, most of the time I can be very strict. And most of my activities are pretty tiring, especially activity involved in music practice. But all that doesn't prevent them from continue to feel excited, happy, and always in higher spirit when together with me. When they heard or when they know it's a music class time with me, they're very excited. Yay, Cikgu step music class. They're very excited. And they sincerely touched me deeply and motivated me to continue passionate educating them. So if they never give up on me, why do I have to give up on them? So I mention again, my biggest inspiration to be a creative teacher is my student. So when we're talking about learning process, the learning process will be more effect, more have a huge impact or have a significant impact when our focus is on our student. It's not about us, but it's all about our student. Sometimes we feel that how we teach our student is correct, or the way we teach them, the style that we're teaching with them, oh, we are correct. But we forget, are they understand the way we teach them? Are they follow us when we are teaching with them? So we need to think about this. So because every student has a unique learning method and style, especially with students with special need. And we must understand our student more deeply and more adapt teaching method that suit their needs, potential, and learning style. It's not about us, it's about our student. It's more that is very important. That's why we need to innovate. Innovation in education is important when traditional methods are not suitable for the learning needs of our special needs students. But don't get me wrong, I don't mean that the traditional methods are not good and practical. It's still good, but not all students, especially students with special need, can accept the traditional learning method. That's why we need to innovate it in education. In the past, when because innovation for special need, we need to understand is about breaking barriers and creating bridge to ensure every learners find their path to success. So to help them to understand easily, to help them to learn more in the class. So that's why we need innovating in education. In the past, when I heard innovation, I thought it's about something unusual, or we doing something big. So I feel stressed when people talking about innovation. I feel stressed, or I'm am I using like technology only, or I'm doing something big? But now I realize that innovation is not necessarily extraordinary or just using technology alone. Innovation in education can be anything, any form, as long it's benefit our student. That's what it's most important. What we do is not about us, but what we do, the most important is about our client, is our student. So I will share a little bit about my innovation that I have done in my music class. And I will hopefully that will give you some inspiration, some ideas to innovate in your own class with your special need students. First, I want to talk about one of my educational innovation involving toys like Lego, cars, and cooking toy set and animal pro toy set. From my experience, I see they are no different with ordinary or normal student. They love to play. So I use this opportunity to integrate toys into my music class. So, for example, I use Lego to teach note values or rhythm, and I use cooking set to have the sound exploration, like how the sound when they are doing frying or they boiling, something like that. And also by using the cooking play set also can help to teach the creating movement in music or to understand the song form. For example, like the like song, uh, what song? Jala Jala Ikan, not Jala Jala Ikan. Rasa sayang, he rasa sayang, sayang he lihat nona jauh, rasa sayang, sayang he. They use this moment, but in the Pombi, buat cempedak di luar pagar, ambil gala, tolong jolokan. Kami budak baru belajar, kalau salah tolong tunjukkan. So just using the cooking set can use to teach my student the music elements. So it's very simple tools, innovation, but it's very effective and very interactive for my student with learning with my student with special education. So another innovation that I've been created is I'm using storytelling, folklore, and folk song. Uh, because I believe every country, not only Malaysia, but in other country, Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, we have our own folklore song, our own song. So it's important for us to share our culture, heritage with our special education, special need student. don't think because of their disability, because they are student with special need. It's a reason we don't want to share with them or celebrating our culture with them. So it's not a excuse, because I saw in my class by using this storytelling, like folklore and any folk song, can help my student to learn in music elements. For example, I use folklore for sounds exploration, like the nature sound, like the people sound, like anything animal sounds. So I'm using the storytelling by using our own folklore. So I'm also using the character in the story to teach rhythm, like you saw in the slide, like Sultan Mansur Shah. They have a rhythm name, Sultan Mansur Shah. That's the example. So this kind of innovation or approach is not only give the student to learn about music elements, but they also learn about their own culture. So they learn a lot of things by using this approach. So another approach or another innovation that I've been implement in my music class is using traditional game to teach music elements. For example, I use congkak to teach recorded fingering. And then I use ketinting to teach rhythm. If you don't know the ketinting, like I use in the in Malaysia we call it ketinting. We jump to jump. I don't know what's name in uh, other country, but I use this ketinting to teach the rhythm pattern. And this kind of innovation, they not only like the storytelling using the folklore and song, our own song, but they also not only learn the music element, but they also learn the traditional games. They know, oh, chongkak like this. At the same time, they learn in the music. They learn the music elements. So another things that I use in my music class, I introduce educational innovation using puppet. And I realized that puppet is very useful for students with learning disability. They enjoy a lot, and I'm using a lot of type of puppet, like hand puppet, and I make my own puppet, like DIY puppet, made from drink box, and this puppet, especially for students with learning disability, help a lot for those students who are struggling with social and communication skill. So by incorporating integration with singing activities and using the puppet, I've been noticed that is significant improvement, not a lot, but they still have improvement in their social interaction and communication ability. Like before, they don't want to say hi. They don't want to say something like simple like good morning, but I'm using the toys like I use in the singing good morning, and then they follow, and then they can use this kind of approach and to improve their social and communication skill. And moreover, using puppet boosts their confidence level. Is quite funny to see student confidently performing with puppet. They think the puppet who is talking, but actually they are talking. So when I ask them to present in front of the class, if without anything, it's just themselves, they feel shy. But when I ask, okay, use puppet and present what I ask to what I tell them to present, then they suddenly can share something by using the puppet, and then they thought, oh, the puppet is talking, but actually it's not the puppet, but is is themselves talking, but by the helping of the puppet. And currently, I'm collaborating with my supervisor, Dr. Farha, to develop a teaching manual for music education using a puppet. Hopefully, soon I can share with you. I can share with you all my latest innovation in the form of book. So another innovation that I do in my class is I'm using parachute and cloth. It's very simple thing. Uh, how this parachute and cloth can help the student to learn the movement, creative movement, song form, rhythm pattern, and many more in music elements. So I found that the student, especially student with learning disability, they very enjoy when using this, especially in parachute, when the music is on and they follow the rhythm with the parachute, they are very enjoy. So they then the learning process is happening. So but not every student may enjoy it, but most of them find learning music element with parachute enjoyable. So I use anything to to help my student to understand more in my music class. So another approach that I'm doing or innovation is I'm incorporated with technology-based innovation in my teaching as well. We explore and utilize various online game like Kahoot, like Hangman and Quizman, and a lot of online game. Uh, I used the online game for response to teach them or to see how they understand what we teach in the classroom. So rather than we ask them to write, but we using the technology online game to do the quiz. So it's more fun, interactive, and more inclusive, more user friendly. So I also create digital story to teach music element by using tools like Canva, and then video editing. I combine the video and then I share with my students. So the another innovation, there's one of the want to talk about one of my very famous innovation that I've been inspired from the lecturer at the Teacher Education Institute from El Muhas campus, the egg carton and musical board innovation. This innovation is particularly helpful for my blind student to enable them to identify notes value like semi-brief, meaning, crochet, and quaver more easily, rather than we just stop and then I just say, okay, this is sound of semi-brief, meaning, crochet, but I invented something like egg carton innovation to help them to feel, because the blind student, they more excel in the way in touch sensory learning. So I'm using their potential, I'm using their strength in learning to help them by incorporate with my innovation to help them understand more easily on musical notation. And then the both innovation, the music board innovation, help the student to identify the lines and space in the bar or in the stuff in the music. So this is one of my uh, innovation that I've been recognized. Been a lot of parties what I'm doing in my music classroom. Another innovation that I'm doing in my class is I'm started with Our Voices project, or in Malay Suara Kami project. This project is very simple, and the purpose of this project is to empower special needs students through performance, sharing session, and music, cultural art competition to aim to improve it's a platform to improve the communication, performance skill, and to increase the self-confidence for my special needs student. So, like I say, it's very simple project, but it has a significant impact, a huge impact to my student. So, like I give us, for example, in the class, I give them the task to create music instrument from the rubbish or from the wait, from the waste material. Then I ask them to do the music instrument by using the waste material, and then after they gather the information and then they do by themselves, I ask them to share in the class. After they share in the class, and then I see it's good, and then I bring them to another outside competition or innovation competition outside the school, and then one of the teams they won Girl Award for their innovation. Don't throw, make music. So like I say, despite it's a very simple project or approach, but this project has greatly benefit my special needs student. So this is like I shared before. They do the don't throw make music. They started from the class, and then after they share in the class, and then I asked them to join another competition, and then they won gold awards. And then another activity or project in the Our Voices project is incorporate with students with other school to share the information or any topic in music. They will share with other students outside the school. So with this kind of activity, it's helped the student to improve their communication skill and then to build their self confidence. Then another project with the few teacher from Sarawak is a year 6 student 2021, where the students share their knowledge how to play the recorder using the phone number system. So my student, what they have been learn, what have been they do in the class, and then they share with outside. So this project, like I shared before, my innovation, some of my innovation is just like ordinary. It's not like a big things, but the most important for me is how the innovation help my student to learn to help them their process their learning process in the music class, because many of my, like I shared before, many of my innovation just simply use item like what you see around you, like toys and clothes. But what matter most is how this innovation extend the learning process for my special needs student, and how the innovation help unlock their extraordinary potential. That's the most important. It's not about big thing, but what anything, any form of our innovation, as long can help our student is important. So I want to thanks of my special needs student because of their blessing. I was able to receive several recognition and awards from various parties. I want to highlight that without my student, I wouldn't be the teacher I am today. I cannot receive recognition or awards from others if not because of my student. But and I share my recognition not to show off, but to inspire all of you to what I'm doing. Like I'm doing a simple innovation, but from the simple innovation can recognize other people. So it's very important. Or please don't ashamed on our innovation or what you are doing right now, because the original purpose of our innovation is not to compete with others, but we want to help to improve the potential to our students. That's the most important. Our innovation to help our own students. That's the most important. So I would like to share also the success, the recognition that my student received. I seeing the success of my special needs student are the getting recognition, being getting recognizing and being award from various parties is something very that deeply move me and make me continue to motivated to give the best for them. I am touched and proud when their effort and commitment are recognized, and their success have raised, and this is most important, their success have raised awareness that people with special need can succeed if given the right opportunity. So this is another achievement I like to share with you. The trio, a group of 3 visual impairment students who are play traditional musical instruments. They are receive a lot of awards and recognition at the international level. See, and then another group of my SK Pendidikan Khas Tuaran Hebat, another ensemble instrument who was secure the running up position in international traditional music ensemble competition. And then this innovation team, they won gold award for their project Don't Throw Make Music. And more and a lot of my students have participated in singing competition, not only in national level, but until in the international level. So this success is a testament to their talent, determination, and their hard work. So for me, this is another best of my student, a picture, my student who are being involved in performance and competition in various level. And then another, this one is the media coverage, highlighting the success of my special need students. So this is another one, the trio receive a lot of media coverage of their winning competition in USA World Music International Competition. They compete with normal people, but they only the disability teams that win this kind of competition that time. So despite the remarkable success my students have achieved, for me, the small victories, the small achievement happen in this classroom are the most significant for me. So big success start with a big small success in the classroom. So it's all begin in the classroom. So it's all started in the classroom. What you see just now, they win a lot of award recognition. It's all started from the our class, small class. So I see, for me, what happened in the class is most significant, is most important for me. Like I see my student from shy being to courageous, from struggling with sensory skill to mastering them. This personal transformation are what truly matter. That's why I want to share with you. That's why innovation is very important in education. It's not only help our student to achieve the uh, achievement in any level, but the most important thing is what they achieve in the classroom. Like I say just now, about gaining confidence, about speaking up, improving skill, and making progress, big or small, or from being shy to able to share ideas, or from struggling with basic to mastering them. It's all part of journey. So before I end my sharing today, I want to leave you all with a message. Success doesn't happen overnight. Never give up, even when faced with tough challenging or moment of doubt. or we feel like what we are doing right now is nothing, what is like meaningless. Oh, what I'm doing right now, am I doing the right thing? But remember this, I started in this school with zero knowledge, zero experience in special education, but after many years I see the wonderful progress of my student. Big success begin with small effort in the classroom. Start what you have, innovative something close to you, and do it for our own special needs student. Even the smallest effort can lead to great achievement. Believe in the power of your action to transform students' life, the way your imagination, and keep innovating and always have a good spirit and have a higher spirit about teaching students with special need, because if not us, who else? Thank you, and may God bless you and have a wonderful day. I give back to the moderator.
All right, thank you, Cikgu Steve, for your inspiring presentation just now. And yeah, you have been undoubtedly left us motivated and filled with insights, and we truly appreciate your time and yeah, your expertise in sharing your success story. And we are like to moving on to the Q&A sessions. So, Cikgu Steph. All right. So, what inspired you to develop the innovative pedagogy, specifically tailored for special needs, and what could be the factors that influence you in creating the innovative pedagogy?
Yeah, like I said just now, my biggest inspiration is my student. When we want to start to doing some innovation, first we need to know uh, our client, who is our student, how the student look like, and how their potential, how their strength, and then we need to know their weaknesses before we doing our innovation. Because if we just do our own innovation, not based on our student, the innovation that we created is meaningless, because we inventing something that not related to our student. And that's why it's very important to know first, to know deeply your student, to get to know your own student before you doing you create innovation. It's very important to know them. Then you can create something like a very wonderful innovation. Like I said just now, like I say before, I'm using a simple innovation, but the simple innovation is very suit with my special need learning style, the way they learn. So my simple innovation helps my student to learn more, and they learn a lot of things, and then from they learn a lot of things, they can achieve a lot of things. I think that thing that I can share with
All right. So even a small innovation can make a huge impact, right? Especially for the learners with special education needs. And perhaps Cikgu Steph, can you share, maybe you have like challenges in along your journey to apply this innovation?
okay, there's a lot of challenging. There's the time that I feel like I'm feel lonely, like what I'm doing right now, why I need to suffer myself to doing like this. But think like this, if not us, who else to help our student to improve the way they learn? It's our duty, it's our responsibility as a, not only as a teacher, as a people, need to help people with disability or student with disability, to help them to learn in the easier way, or in the fun way, in the interactive way. So that's why we need to innovation. So my advice never give up. To all of you, whatever you're doing right now, keep going. You are not compete with others. You need to do what you do right now is for your student. When you see the progress and achievement, then you share with others. You start what you have in the class, you start with your student, and then always think about this. It is my duty, it's my responsibility to help my student with special need. If not us, who else? Remember this, if not us, who else? Nobody want to help them. It's
Yep.
it's
Maybe.
us. Yeah, nobody want to help them.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Cikgu Steph, for your explanation, your sharing on the and answerable the questions. And I think we are come to an end right now. So a big thank you to all our esteemed speakers, Madam Dayang, Madam Nur Intan, and Mr. Steph, for sharing your valuable insights and expertise with us today. Your contributions have added immense value to our discussion on innovative leadership, intellectual property, and success stories in disability inclusive education. And now, I think it's time to pass the baton to our MC for the closing ceremony. And thank you all for your active participation. And let's make the closing ceremony just as memorable. And back to you, Nina. Thank you so much for me. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Faris, for moderating the session. And thank you to all our distinguished speakers for today's insightful session, and to all participants for the active participation and great support throughout the session. Now we will move to the e-certificate giveaway session to all speakers and our sign language interpreter. And to all speakers, please kindly turn on your camera for a photo during this e-certificate giveaway session. I would like to welcome our first speaker, Madam Dayang Hironi Awan Kipli, Head of E-Learning Development Department from Institute Aminuddin Baki, Sarawak Branch. Thank you, Madam Dayang. Next, our second speaker, Madam Nur Intan Pamin, Director of My IPO Sarawak Branch. Thank you, Madam Nur Intan. And please welcome our third speaker, Mr. Stephenus Lucas, Special Education Teacher from SK Pendidikan Khas Tuaran Sabah. Thank you, Mr. Stephenus. And last but not least, Madam Tan Libby, our sign language interpreter. Thank you, Madam Tan Libby. And thank you to all speakers for your diligent commitment and insightful sharing. Ladies and gentlemen, as our insightful webinar comes to a close, we are thrilled to share an exciting glimpse into the future. Prepare yourself for a remarkable chance to participate in the upcoming second Innovation for Disability Inclusive Education competition, IDEC, and the 6th International Conference on Special Education, ICSE, in 2025. Please mark your calendars and get ready to be part of a movement that celebrates diversity, innovation, and inclusivity. Stay tuned for more details, and we look forward to seeing you at IDEC and ICSE in 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, please be reminded that the evaluation link is currently open and you are given until 3 p.m. Malaysia time for you to access the link. I also would like to remind you that only participants who fill up and completed the evaluation form will be granted with a certificate of participation. You can scan the QR code that appears on the slides and also click on the link shared through the chat box. And the evaluation link is also available on the SEAS website. For any inquiries, please email us at innovation@seameosen.edu.my. Do follow us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube for more updates on our upcoming programs and activities. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care and Assalamualaikum.
It's time to open our eyes to a bright and promising future. We'll rise to the call of the times and create a stronger tomorrow. Let's start to make a difference, teaching everyone to learn through science, health, and technology. We will share our expertise by promoting knowledge and policies. We can build a better world. Let us take a stand for our visions alone, bringing future plans for the people to grow in a life filled with happiness and dreams. Building the future is our legacy. We'll achieve our goals through partnership, creating opportunities.